There is no God in the Christian sense, the Muslim sense, or the Jewish sense. There is only a system of continued repression known as organized religion, whose sole aim is to control the populace. If indeed the Christian God did exist, it would be our duty to destroy him, for he is the true enemy of all mankind, of all things of which humanity values the most. He is the enemy of all pleasure, of all knowledge, understanding. His sole purpose is merely control through a system of lies. He is the true father of all lies. Jehovah, Yeshua, God, Allah, whatever you wish to call him. It all comes under the same heading, tyrant. The Bible is a terrible book. When I was growing up and they sent me to Sunday school, they only had us read certain passages and in certain context, which was okayed by themselves. We did not get the entire story. When I was about 12 or 13 years old, I read the Bible from cover to cover. And not just the things that I wanted us to read, but everything. I read it from cover to cover. At first I was bored, but then I became absolutely appalled, for the degree of contradiction was very high. There's very little similarity between the Old Testament and the New. And yet, it is the same vengeful, destructive God in the guise of peace and love. I read and saw nothing but intolerance. It glared at me on every page. It was such a terrible disappointment because I had decided that I was a Christian and a devoted one. I didn't even swear in public. I was highly repressed, obviously. But in seeing the whole picture for myself, I could not believe what I was seeing. The God that they had told us was a God of love and kindness and forgiveness was no such thing. It was a mere illusion. In fact, you might as well say propaganda. Even Jesus himself had a very strong edge to his personality, and he was always intolerant and rather miffed by his disciples most of the time. We are told and have been told that this is a message of love, that this is the salvation of mankind. But the only thing they want to save mankind from is being mankind. The God that you worship that you seek is within. You see, in reading the Bible, I realized the God I worshipped or thought I worshipped was not in those pages. He was nowhere. He was the God of my grandparents and all of their ignorance and repression, and all of the people who were trying to repress other groups and individuals because they believed them to be sinners. It allowed appalling things in the name of morality. And yet, this God, as portrayed especially in the Old Testament, had no morality whatsoever. He fully destroyed, killed, decimated an entire civilization, as in the incident of Sodom and Gomorrah, by mere whim, simply because they displeased him. He's not one for man to be able to choose his own way. With him, it's either his way or no way at all. And he uses force every time. He never uses intelligence nor cunning. He always uses brute force. This God is neither loving nor kind, and cares nothing about the fate of humanity. For he is entirely removed from humanity, and his aim is merely subjugation and control. It is highly recommended that you resist him on all levels. Thank you.